Shalom, everyone. My name is Tina. Welcome to Hebraic Awakening, and I am just doing a chit chat, giving some updates to what you will see on the channel, and just conversating. All right, so it is a new year, okay, y'all? The civil Gregorian New Year, come on now. We're in a civil New Year on the Gregorian calendar. Let's everybody relax. Woo, the Israelite community. I'm telling you, uh, just sharing my thoughts. I really don't want those of us who are really trying to walk this walk to be entangled in a lot of the stuff that we are seeing on the internet from different people who are teaching different things. And I don't want to like proclaim myself to be a know-it-all, because honey, I don't know hardly nothing compared to those that have been walking in this way for hundreds of years, i.e., our African brothers and sisters on the continent who have been keeping Torah way longer than we Black Americans over here. So, with that being said, I want to encourage us, especially the new people who may be coming in and you're seeing 50,000 different teachings on 50,000 different things, end time prophecies, people, going against the language, people that's saying that, now the Bible that we have may not be the authentic thing. A whole lot of conspiracy theory videos, which I am a low-key conspiracy theorist, end time prophecies, and we're seeing all of this information being thrown at us, but we're not seeing basic Torah being taught. And so what I see is that a lot of people, they are experiencing a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, and it's like we're preparing, of course, for the end, but I'm saying, what if the end is not yet? Like, this is the end of a system, not the end of the world. And so because you understand that now, you can properly prepare. So with that being said, I want to create a series of videos, just helping us to understand the basics of Torah. We are covenant keeping people, and many of us cannot explain the covenants. We can't explain simple terms. We have been sitting in assemblies for the last few years and we still do not understand Torah. And other communities know that we don't understand Torah, and they know that we don't understand the language. You know what I'm saying? So that scroll, or those scrolls that were found in the caves, have the ancient Paleo Hebrew written on it. We have documents with Hebrew, throughout various lands and places. And we, the people, cannot even read or dissect or even tell people about Torah or the basic understanding of the first 5 books. So that is where I'm going with my channel, amongst other things, amongst, talking about topics and clarifying, some deeper things. But really on my shorts, I'm going to do a lot of shorts just back to back, about basic Hebraic terms, basic understanding of our covenant. I think I've already did a few videos on that. And just getting back to the basics. My son did a teaching, my oldest son, he did a teaching on stealing. And there are different levels of stealing in the Hebrew, and there are different punishments for stealing according to Torah. But nobody is teaching on the 10 Commands, like really dissecting the 10 Commands and understanding what that really means for us living in the land of our captivity today. So, that's just a little bit about what I'm going to be doing with this channel, probably more vlogging when we go to different events and so forth. So I took notes, so I'm looking down, and I just want to speak to our women sisters, I want us to really focus our time this year on committing ourselves to looking for safe places to be in. Okay? Yes, there's a season where you are to be alone, where the Most High is going to cultivate you and to take out all of those things that may keep you from fellowshipping with different people. Or he just may want to talk to you. Whatever the season is that he puts you by yourself, whatever that is for you, it can't last forever. Okay, it can't last forever. You can't be a lone ranger forever. It's not healthy for you to do that. You're going to have to pray and be very specific, as my husband always says. Be very specific in your prayers, because the Most High is a very specific Elohim. Just look at how he created the earth. Look how he created the tabernacle. He told us how to create the tabernacle. He's very precise. So, ladies, it's not good to be outside of community. Even people who are not of our faith, they are creating communities and safe spaces to dwell in. So as Israelite women, as people who believe in this Torah, in the kingdom of the Most High, we are a tribal people, okay? We come from clans, okay? We do not think of ourselves as loners. That is a European concept. And I know we have been over here in captivity, and so, we look, smell, act, talk, and dress like our captors, but we're trying to go back to our Hebraic mindset and really trying to implement our Hebraic culture as best as we can, in our personal lives. So I see a lot of women, and they are getting into a lot of trouble, especially when marrying men in this sexist marriage, and they are in a lot of abusive relationships. And then they go running for their lives. You was married in 2020, now you getting divorced in 2023, or you was getting divorced in 2022, and it's a hot mess. And it's because it's like this cult has formed. And sometimes I think I'm inside of a cult. And I'm just keeping it real. That's just my opinion. I was walking in Torah way before I found out, that I was an Israelite. And over here, we acted just a little cultish. We really are. And I want our women to really pray about being in the correct community and safe space. All right? My community is open for the women. I try to keep it as safe as possible. I don't play that. You know what I'm saying? You can't come and have your cameras off with numbers. You have to introduce yourself the first time. We have to know your name. I need your email address. We try to make sure that we maintain a safe environment, because yesterday we talked about ancient Hebraic marriages. No, I did not record it. No, you cannot get the replay, because some things is very sensitive, and I talk that talk inside of our sister Torah study. So if you want to be a part of that, and you want a safe space to learn, to talk, and to grow, and to fellowship, because we're making challah bread, the bread that we have during our Shabbat, where we welcome in the Shabbat, and we have the bread and the wine, and we're going to make the bread together on Zoom, creating a bond. So in our ministry, in our assembly, which I'll get to in a minute, we have, the sister outing. And last month we went to the movies, went out to dinner. This month we're going to make challah bread together, and we're going to do it via Zoom so that more women can participate. So this is open to like-minded sisters. Not everybody can join. because you got to go through an email. You need to look at my video. You need to make sure that you're not coming with your own agenda. You know, that we are just coming to learn, to grow, to ask questions, and to bond. It's a safe space, okay? Like if you need help, this is a safe space to get help from, like tangible help, not just I'm gonna pray for you help. And no, we just don't help anybody, right? And so that's why you need to be inside of a community that you feel you can trust, that is as safe as it can be, because being a loner out here is dangerous and it's going to get you in trouble. I can't speak to the men because I'm not a man, but brothers, stop stop just getting these women because they got their hair wrapped and fringes on and they wear long dresses. You getting trapped up too, brother. You getting trapped up, and you being silly as well, because she got a head wrap on and she got her Bible and her long pilgrim dress on with her little carpet fringes on the bottom. You think that she doing it. No, she is not. She can't add value. She can't help you build nothing, and she ain't trying to help you build nothing. So I can talk that talk both ways, but again, I'm not a man. I can just give you my little advice. And those that have been rocking with me for a while, you know this is how I talk. I'm very candid. I'm very straightforward and direct when it comes to things like this. When it comes to ministry, I'm direct. Okay, when we're just talking and having a good time, I may not be as direct, but with ministry, I don't mince words, because the Most High is not about to get me for being vague and not direct. And that's something that I learned from my husband. He really taught me how to be assertive and direct when I need to be. So for those that are new, that may be watching and you like, oh yeah, there's more, there's more that I have to say, but I'm going to save it for our Sister Torah study. So yes, you missed the ancient Hebraic marriage session, and we talked about what marriage looks like today, and it was it was hilarious, but it was necessary, and we learned a lot. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on trauma bonding, video shorts, because a lot of us are so traumatized from this captivity. We're traumatized from family generational curses, and I'm going to break my trauma bonding teaching that I've been doing. I had a trauma bonding webinar that was fantastic. No, it wasn't recorded. We tried to record it, but Zoom, I don't know what they did, and it was real sensitive too. Like, it's triggering. So when I speak in a safe, confined setting, because I'm going to say some triggering stuff that's going to trigger you. And you know how I know that's true? Because one sister told me that she was working on a client, you know, because they were listening to the webinar and she was working on a client, and I gave a disclaimer what I was going to say and how I was going to say it, and that, you know, this was going to trigger, but it was also going to, you know, uproot some things. And sure enough, the client that she was working on had to get up and use the bathroom in the middle of it. Like, it's that serious. And so I'm not going to be, you know, that triggering with these trauma bonding shorts. I'm just going to hit it for 60 seconds because that's all I got. But I'm going to make these videos so that you can dissect it in small bits, because our people, because of the trauma that we have endured, sometimes trying to learn new concepts is not as easy. And I'm going to talk about that in our video. Like, our brain literally can shrink right up in here. The prefrontal cortex area can literally shrink and keep us from learning what we need to learn. Yeah, it's deep. And so I'm going to get into that in bite-sized pieces, because social media is making us like mentally handicapped in some areas. Like, we can only take 2 or 3 minutes of the video and then we check it out. Like, I just don't understand that. However, this is the mindset of our people and all people. Social media is making all of us all over the world mentally handicapped when it comes to receiving information. We can only receive 2 or 3 minutes. Everybody got ADD? Come on now. Okay. So I'm inviting you to our community Sister Torah study group. You're going to look at the email below, and you're going to email me. Like, you have to email me. If you don't email me, you just won't be able to join, right? Because again, we're creating a safe space for sisters to build and talk. And we're also going on our sisterhood trip. I believe it's to the mountains. It's either to the mountains in Tennessee or to the spa. We'll see. All right, our assembly, we still meet for Shabbat and Midrash. We're a small assembly, and we like it like that. But I am opening up the invitation. If you're looking for an assembly that you can fellowship with, that we do not push strange doctrines, we're just trying to dissect the Torah. Right now, we will go over the feast days. So we have Dr. Michael Law's book on the feast days, and he has been, he is transition on. So blessed be the Most High for giving us an elder that left us this information. He was such a force and a beautiful man to be around in his personality and his realness. And he has a book, and I'm going to link it below, on the feast days, and we're going over that book and dissecting it. And we're going to go over Pesach or Passover. So in our Midrash, we will go over Passover until Passover hits, and then we will go to Michigan for our Passover not celebration, but to honor the Passover, right, in Michigan. So if you want to join our ministry, you can follow the link or the email below. We are a Messianic assembly. We believe that Yahushua is our Messiah. So if you don't, then you just keep it moving, right? Because we don't go back and forth with that, right? And so we're very forthright in how we approach everything. My husband is finally starting the men's ministry in February. So those of you who have been connected with me for a while, y'all know my husband, and he is a no-nonsense guy. He is truly an alpha male, and he has other alpha male men who are believers, who is going to help him with the men's ministry. And this is a space, as my husband said, and maybe I'll bring him on one day on camera so y'all can see him in action, right? He's going to create this space for men to talk, because he says men don't have a space for that. And they are also going to teach, men that have questions, men that just need answers, men that may need some mentoring. He is finally creating the men's ministry, a space for men to talk, to learn, and to grow. And what he said most of all is to listen to other men. He said the only way you're going to help people is to listen. So when that happens, I will announce it, because, our men need their space as well. All right. Tease tutorium. Now, if you do not know, I am a teacher as a tutor, and I have a website called Chit Tutorium. I'm going to leave that down in below. And we just finished our What is Torah introductory class to, I think we started with ages 7 and up. It was 7 and up, because I wanted the children to be able to read. And they had a blast. We had our game night last Shabbat. Well, after the Shabbat, we had the game night. But we have this class during Shabbat. So that means that I know everybody should be, at home sitting still. And we have had our Torah class, and it was a success. We do crafts in that class. The children are excited about part 2. I'm going to put up their pictures on the website of the crafts that they did. I'm going to leave the testimonies of the parents. They truly enjoyed it. They were sitting listening in, and they were learning. They said with the children, like, they hopped on the camera. It was like, whoa, right? Because I teach Torah from an ancient Hebraic perspective. And that is how I'm teaching our children. They are going to know their heritage and their culture and their language when they sit in my class, all right? And they're going to be exposed to Torah from an Hebraic perspective, not from a philosophical, theological perspective. They are going to know Torah in its simplest form, but yet it is profound. So if you want your children to be a part of that, please stay connected to T's Tutorium, because we are having part 2. We are also introducing our Girls Who Code class. So this is a coding club, not a class, but it's a club where we get together and we learn how to code. Now, boys can join too, and adults. Adults can join. So I will do promotions promoting this club. Our children love to code. Pay attention to your children. Pay attention to your grandchildren, your nieces and nephews. They are coding on these games, and it's very important for us to push our children into the tech sector. There's not a lot of black people in the tech sector. Like we're up and coming, but my son, who I'm going to put his YouTube handle so you can see my son, he was invited to CES. If you don't know what CES is, look it up. It's the largest tech convention ever, and they were in Vegas, and he has been invited for the second time, and now this time he was media, so that was really big for him, and he got to, you know, talk to different people and network and connect and learn how to grow in the field of technology. So we want to push our children, you know, in this sector. And guess what? This class is free. So we know all our Black Hebrew Israelites, we love a free thing, okay? So yes, it's free, but we encourage you to donate, right? We encourage you to donate, but it's free, whether you donate or not. So I will let you all know when that happens, because I think that's going to really be big. So T's Tutorium, we don't just offer tutoring for reading, math, science. We have supplemental classes. You know, we had our engineer to teach STEM. Moray Anthony Body taught the STEM class, and the children loved it. Now we're bringing coding. So if any of you out there are good at coding and you enjoy coding and you would like to help teach it, please reach out to me, because I don't know nothing about coding. I'm just doing it right now because our children need it. I see the need for it, and every time I talk to children, they are talking about coding. And so I want to encourage them in this and offer this class, but I am not a coding expert. I'm just facilitating it. So if you want to be a facilitator and you want to teach it, please reach out to me. We're not starting until February, so I'm looking for someone to help facilitate this club. All right, our food pantry, y'all know we believe in feeding the widows and the poor over here. We take Torah very seriously, and that is an important part of Torah. So our food pantry, you know, is expanding, and our local vocational rehabilitation center has been promoting our food pantry to the community. So if you don't know what that is, you should have a vocational rehabilitation center in your city or close to you. And they help people with disabilities, any type of disability, to get work, transportation. They help with laptops. They help with housing. They even help you. I don't think they help to get a car, which I don't know. But if you have a car, you know, they help it to be handicap ready, you know, handicap accessible. They help you with your house to be handicap accessible. They do a lot. However, they couldn't feed the people, and some of the people need help. And you know how you make too much money to get on food stamps, right? But you don't make enough money to really buy the groceries that you need because you're disabled. Hello, somebody. Come on, Israel. We got to do better in this area. Every time I talk about giving, you can see the tumbleweeds and you can hear the squirrels and the birds playing, because that's how quiet it gets when they talk about giving. And I don't want to hear it from our community, because we are the biggest spenders. Okay, we stay spending and we just don't manage our money well. And that's just the truth, y'all. And so when we talk about giving, it get quiet. However, if you are an Israelite and you have the truth, you should be the lender and not the borrower, right? You should be able to give to your community, to your people, okay? You are a light to the nation. How many scriptures is in our holy Torah that tells us to give to the poor, to help the fatherless, to cover the widow? So that's what we do over here anyway. And so vocational rehabilitation, they are promoting our food pantry. Again, I went to the city council and I'm going back to the city council again to promote, our food pantry along with our other non-for-profit organization. I'm not going to say anything right now. We're launching really soon, and that is really going to help our community as well. So we're doing a lot behind the scenes. We're not just on YouTube putting up videos talking about what we know. That ain't gonna cut it. All of the, let me but over here, this is what we're doing. We're walking Torah out. We are the living Torah that people need to see. Torah in action. And we just invite you to join us. Partner with us. We'll help you to start your own food pantry. We'll show you what to do. It's super simple. We will even donate to your food pantry to get you up and running. That's what we do. We are mishpachah. We want to be an Israelite until it's time to be an Israelite. Okay, I crack up when it's time to be an Israelite. You hear birds chirping. So that's what we're doing, and we're having our first elder banquet to honor our elders in our communities. I can't wait for that. So I'll be vlogging all of this, as we do things with the different ministries. You'll see more vlogging. And, sometimes you see me just chit-chatting like I'm doing now. So please connect with us in our various ministries, support the food pantry and partner with us to start your own food pantry, and just be a light in the community. So I hope to hear from you all soon. And until the next video, shalom, everyone.